So I slept in a Chick-fil-A parking lot, and there's someone like using a leaf blower. So that kind of woke me up, especially when he started leaf blowing under the car and stuff. So I'm heading, I think, to a beach nearby, Huntington Beach, and I'm gonna read the Word and gain vision for me moving forward on this trip, as well as just back home life, just continue the vision casting process as I move forward. Starting off breakfast with an egg white grilled muffin.
Oh, really?
I'm just outside the surf shop. There's like there's a basketball, like, whole court right here, right outside the entrance. So this is a really, really cool space. I got to have coffee with Caleb, and that was really extraordinary, and just a great, peaceful conversation with a lot of life around it, and just a beautiful synergy around getting to hear his testimony of what the Lord's done in his life at just the age of 24, what God's done, and really just the Holy Spirit meeting him at a very young age, and drawing him and guiding him to his next steps, from Atlanta to circuit riders to Australia, and that was just so beautiful, and getting to talk about our synergy around the djembe. It was something that was pretty fun, and something I don't have with many people. So yeah, he happens to be doing a gig on Saturday, and there's a possibility, if the Lord is willing, that I might be able to play djembe for said thing. But it also means we have to find somebody with the djembe. By we, I mean Caleb, because I don't have one with me. So we'll see if God does something there, and if not, that's fine. And what happened afterwards is there was a woman who came over, and I introduced myself, and she's a pastor from Bethel Church. She's been there 6 years, and at the age of 28, let me tell you about her story. So she grew up in Huntington Beach her entire life. At the age of 28, she felt called to leave both of her jobs. She was watching some of the Darren Wilson movies like Finger of God and Holy Spirit and Father of Lights and stuff like that, and was really encouraged and motivated to just go into full-time ministry and just really just go in with a full yes. So she saw an open door with Bethel specifically, and she, despite her parents and everyone thinking it was just a crazy move, she went for it. She's never regretted it, was so thankful, and had a feeling that she needed to just leave her community where she was here in Huntington Beach. Has been in Redding now 6 years, has been thriving as a pastor, and her encouragement to me was just about even just these devoted seasons, just being able to remain really extra devoted to the Lord, and knowing him before being sent was just like, I don't know, just what she was sharing was such a beautiful confirmation for what God's doing in my life. And I shared that with Caleb because he wasn't around. He was like next to me, but conversing with someone else. And I shared what had just happened about this pastor who came over from Bethel and shared with me. And he was like, no freaking way. So yeah, it's just a beautiful time. It's a beautiful space. And I would have never found this beautiful coffee shop without Caleb. So yeah, it's just super special. Dope. Okay, that's dope. Yeah, oh, dude, look at that sun just like giving us all these shadows. It's so cool. We got to just like connect randomly and then pray together, and that was so cool. Thank you for inviting me into that prayer, dude. And yeah, fundraising and going to missions. Where are you guys going again? Where are you guys going?
So we're sending out 24 mission teams to go out indefinitely all over the world.
I'm on the Huntington Beach Pier, and this is my first time taking this, so I'm really excited to check it out. Those Christians were fundraising for missions, and they were getting donations or selling or something for cookies and water bottles, so I got to sew into them. And I've actually been here, I've experienced many missionaries along the last week, and I've gotten to sew into many, and that is all money actually that you've sewn into me, now that I've gotten the opportunity to sew into them, which you might think about it like, well, why would you sew into something if you're doing like mission-ish work, and why you know, if you're not fully funded, why would, but what is an investment of faith in supporting someone, you know, to do something godly, like it's almost just God sowing into God, basically, because God's pouring into me and funding me through you guys, and then God's funding them through me, through you guys as well. So it's just like God sowing into God. So the math makes sense to me through the Spirit. So, but it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful to live open-handedly, and to live open-handedly with my finances, even despite where things are in this present moment related to the trip. So I just just wanted to share that, and it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful to meet people, and also to give, and to be now on this pier. So let's go. I can barely look at this camera right now because of the sun. But there was a woman who came up to me, and she had a card. It said, can you read this for me? And it said, what does the Constitution do? I think is what it said. What did the Constitution do? What does it do? And she said, I'm from Vietnam. I've been here 4 years. I'm trying to get my passport or something like that. Green, you know, something. And she has to take a test. And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. So this is what does the, and I sounded it out for her, and I was just thinking in my head, what gimmick is this? Like, what is she gonna say? What is, you know, am I being filmed? You know, do I need to know what the Constitution does? You know, I'm like, what is happening? But she was just being genuine and honest, and she shared, you know, with me that she's from Vietnam, and I said, hey, you know, before you go, I just wanted to say, like, do you know Jesus? You know. And she went on to say, it sounded like she was very confused and didn't really know the question or what I was saying, and so I thought that was kind of interesting, and it kind of left like that. But what she did say, she said, hey, you should consider making a friend. You should go over to that group over there and introduce yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, well, Jesus, you know, and she didn't understand, and that's okay. She left. She was very sweet. I've been facing a temptation of lust today, which is new for me in the last 2 weeks. I've been without that for a while. So I made a decision just to lay on this pier, just on the concrete, and not move until the Lord gave me direction forward or gave me stillness. And it's been about 30 minutes now, and I'm not really sure if I've received that. I feel peace and kind of like a letting go, but I'm not sure if I've received more than that. So I'm gonna stay here a little bit longer until the Lord brings that in clarity into me and stuff. I think I've been here at least an hour. I haven't quite felt the clarity and everything that I've been really seeking for. Not just clarity, I mean like the peace of mind, the peace of heart, the settling, the direction from the Lord, even on where to go from this specific spot. But here's what I've been doing. Like what I'm here for, I put what I'm here for is, the point of being here is to see, to be given the gift of vision by Him. My honeymoon with Jesus in the vision seemed to be the East Coast. I'm here to make connections with circuit riders and to follow Christ. I also was reading a little bit of this Waiting on God devotional as I'm waiting here for Him. So, and I'm watching these surfers, which, I mean, it's pretty cool seeing them. But I'm kind of starting to get sunburned, as you can imagine, after an hour of being right here. And my parking spot time is up. So I paid till like 5 o'clock, and I got to go back to the car. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what God's going to do and what He's going to speak and say. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty interesting. One of the scriptures I was reading here is, "Let Thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us as we wait for Thee." It's Psalms 33. The whole context is 18 through 22, and it's pretty beautiful, and just trusting in the Lord. So I'm going to trust in Him enough just to start walking and trust that I'm going to be all right, and God's got me, and He's going to give me grace for the steps forward.